So I've never really had any interest in talking about the Kardashians, despite the fact that every rock and metal outlet besides myself has been talking about them in some way or another. Because let's face it, their names are a hot topic right now, or at least I feel like the Kardashians are forced upon us as a hot topic right now, especially since the Kardashians just released a new series on Hulu, which leads me to the too long didn't watch version of this video. If you despise the Kardashians so much, stop talking about them. What's up, my fellow headbangers, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Courtney, aka the Versatile Virgo, for those of you that don't know me, and I run a metal lifestyle website, theversatilevirgo.com, where I focus on the best things in life. Music, food, and sometimes fashion, and I also have an Etsy shop where you can shop my VV merch, so make sure to check that out if that's something that interests you. I've linked both my blog and my Etsy shop in the description below. The mere mention of the Kardashian name in the metal community immediately sparks outrage, because let's face it, people love to hate the Kardashians. Gary Holt, guitarist of Exodus and also the second guitarist of Slayer, even has his own merch that he kind of parodies the Kardashian brand. I'm not going to go into his merch specifically because I don't know what it's allowed on YouTube and it changes all the time. You can look that up yourself, but basically there has been like an ongoing, I don't know if you can call it a feud between the two that started when Gary started releasing this merch. It was kind of in response to the Kardashians wearing band tees of bands that they probably don't even listen to. Again, I'm not going to go into that whole feud because it's like years old now and it's kind of old news. However, the Kardashians wearing band tees has been a topic again in the rock and metal news outlets, it seems like, and that's especially because apparently Kourtney Kardashian just married Blink-182 drummer Travis Barker. And I will say it does seem like her aesthetic has kind of changed a little bit since their relationship became public, and even prior to it becoming public, but I think it was speculated. Again, I don't follow them that much to know, but it's just what I see as a person living in the United States who continues to have the Kardashians shoved down her throat. To be honest with you, I could care less about the Kardashians themselves and what they wear. I'm not really a fan of theirs, nor do I shop their products, nor do I watch their show regularly, but I'm making this video for two reasons. One, because I asked on my Instagram story over the weekend what hot topic you wanted me to discuss in this week's YouTube video, and the Kardashian topic won. But for those of you who did vote for the band tee topic, just so you know, that is a video that I'm definitely going to be doing. It was just a matter of which one I was going to drop first, I guess. So definitely subscribe to my channel because that video will be coming soon if you're interested in that. The second reason I'm making this is because I believe it's possible that even if you don't like someone or you don't agree with their values, you can still find some sort of common ground with those types of people. At least that's what I believe. One of my favorite examples of this is when Power Trip vocalist Gale found common ground with Fox News anchor Greg Gutfeld, who had initially been sent a cease and desist by the band when he used two of their songs in his show. I guess eventually they talked it over and kind of became friends, and Riley even gave him a Power Trip shirt, and when Riley passed, this Fox News anchor did a tribute to Riley and he wore the shirt that Riley gave him in the tribute. So anyways, one of my favorite quotes from this Kerrang article about that is, "We laughed at how some people think it's wrong for people who disagree to be friends. From that moment on, that's what we became. Friends. Good friends. He gave me this damn shirt." Oh, and what are my political opinions, you ask? That's for me to know and you to wonder about. Anyways, so as I said, I'm not really a Kardashian fan in any way, but I can't lie, as a girl that grew up during the rise of the Kardashian family and their brands and everything like that, and also being a girl that's on social media, I am kind of interested, I guess, in how the public has become so fascinated with the Kardashian family. And whether you love them or hate them, they're literally profiting off of all of it, while also laughing at all the people who are getting so riled up about whatever they're doing. I'm also a reality TV fan, but I'm more of a Bravo, Real Housewives kind of girl. I just find it to be relaxing.
That's my opinion!
And also, I'm not really super into Blink-182, but I'd be a liar if I didn't say they weren't a huge part of my youth growing up. I have seen them live once. They put on a great show. My first ringtone ever was What's My Age Again by Blink-182. But I guess you could say that's kind of a phase in my life that I grew out of, because I'm not into them at all anymore. Although All the Small Things is still a great song. So when it was announced that Travis Barker would be appearing on the new Kardashian series on Hulu, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit interested to see just what it would be like, mostly because it's just weird that this rocker from my youth is now going to be on this weird reality show with the Kardashians. Like I said, it's more like somebody just being a big part of my youth, and I was just curious what it would be like with him on the show. And out of all of them, I'm really not a fan of Kim Kardashian, but being someone that struggles with their own mental health issues and being a person that feels our society drastically needs to change how we handle everything with mental health, I've also been kind of really curious how they were going to handle the whole thing that's been going on with Kim and her ex Kanye West, who most recently has been threatening her, I guess, and her new boyfriend Pete Davidson. So I was curious about how they were going to tackle that in this show. So I did tune into the first episode of the new Kardashian series on Hulu. And honestly, the show itself, and this is me giving a critique as a former theater and film person, the show itself is 1,000 times better than the show that was on E! It just even looks nicer, like the way that it's filmed, and the whole dynamic just kind of feels a little bit different. So again, I probably won't tune back in after this, but I gotta give credit where credit's due. And of course, in the first episode, and it's like in the very beginning of the first episode, one of the Kardashian children, I'm not sure which one it is because again, I don't follow them enough to know, but one of them is shown wearing a Slayer shirt just casually one day. And as I saw it, I thought, oh wow, is this gonna be the next headline that gets them publicity? Because I can remember a post a while back on social media for an article from Metal Injection where Kim Kardashian had said that her daughter Northwest is a quote full goth girl who loves Black Sabbath. And again, it was a while back, so I'm not gonna go all the way through Metal Injection's Instagram posts, but I can remember the comments section being very anti the fact that the daughter allegedly listens to Black Sabbath, where my thought process was like, honestly, with who her parents are, she probably does like Black Sabbath. She probably is becoming a goth girl. She probably wants to be the polar opposite of what she's been seeing. Who knows? I want to remind you that those of us that have one or more asshole parental figures in our lives, we also agree with you. We think they're just as appalling as you do. So anyways, seeing those comments kind of brought me also back to when I was first getting into heavy music, and guys would say to me like, oh, you listen to System of a Down? Well, you need to start listening to Slipknot. And then they're like, Slipknot sucks. You need to listen to Slayer. So then I start listening to Slayer. And then I like Slayer. And then I get told, You're only really into metal if you listen to Norwegian black metal, poser, or whatever it is. And it's just like, there is no pleasing you people, is there? So anyway, that's just the thought that's been on my mind ever since I saw those comments on that social media post. And then when I saw this in the show, it kind of made me think of that again. So I just thought I'd mention that in this video, that I don't think it's cool to be attacking the children in the situation, in any situation, because it's not their fault what their parents do. As for the rest of the Kardashians and their new show on Hulu, look, they want you to get worked up and get their name out there. Have you ever heard the saying, no publicity is bad publicity? Well, for the Kardashians, that's true. That's why, despite the metal community being vehemently against them and their wearing of band t-shirts that, again, they probably don't listen to, they still continue to do it because they know by doing it that will cause a stir and people will be commenting on it. I mean, they have literally mastered profiting off of people's hate for them. Just like when Kim Kardashian made her recent comment about women in business.
I have the best advice for women in business. Get your ass up and work.
All these videos on YouTube, all these media outlets, and they're all saying outrage over Kim Kardashian's statement. And I get that people were outraged, but when I saw what she said, I was just looking at her face and I thought, I don't know if this is the plastic surgery, or can she really not keep a straight face as she's saying it? Because to me, it looks like in her head she's thinking, this is definitely going to get turned into a South Park episode. It really seemed to me like she knew exactly what she was about to say and it was going to cause a stir, and that was kind of the, like, I don't know, to me it kind of looks like she's trying to hide back like a laugh, like people are gonna get worked up about this when really it's like just for fodder. Even the family members sitting around her can't keep a straight face as she's saying it and after she says it. They knew this would be a headline, and the Kardashians had a new series on Hulu that they needed to promote. No publicity is bad publicity. There's even a moment in the first episode of the new Kardashian series on Hulu where Kim says Kanye told her something at one point like, quote, nothing will cancel you, and basically screw the public's perception of her. And you know what? It's true. Your angry social media comments aren't going to affect them. They don't care. And you're only boosting them in the algorithm and helping their businesses. This is why companies hire people for marketing. You're essentially marketing their brands for free. Instead, I don't know why it's so hard for people to scroll on and move along to businesses and people that you want to support and want to succeed. Because if we don't do that, we will always be stuck in this constant cycle of crap that's being pushed on us. And this life lesson about not enabling brands or people that you don't like by giving into the bait that they're giving you applies to so many things beyond the Kardashians. You're welcome. The world is a circus and the media is a merry-go-round. Different people may get on and off, but the cycle remains the same. And I have the best advice for people who hate the Kardashians. Get off your ass and support small businesses. Seriously though, without me trying to parody Kim, get off your ass and support small businesses. That's really all the thoughts I have for you. Thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel because I have even more thoughts I'd love to share with you from my Metal Girl soapbox here on YouTube. Have a great week, everybody, and stay heavy.